Zoe of Westmoreland, Louisiana, wants to be a veterinarian one day. There is one thing, though, that may keep her from reaching her dream. Can you guess what that is? Hunger. Zoe says, "We eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes my mom and dad have to do without just so that us kids have food in our stomachs." Sadly, around the world, Zoe is not alone. According to the electronics website, 1/3 of all the food the world produces ends up in the trash bin. Around the world, we waste about 1.3 billion tons of food every year, costing the global economy close to $914 billion each year. Similarly, 1 in 9 people do not have enough food to eat. That's 793 million people who are undernourished. Food waste is also bad for the environment, in that it takes loads of fresh water, land, and labor to produce. If food waste were a country, it would be the third highest emitter of greenhouse gases in the world.
The issue of global food waste is not just about consumers creating waste. The problem with food waste begins life at the start of the production process, which includes the growing of crops, livestock, and even during the manufacturing process. All of this plays into the overall problem where a significant amount of food is wasted each year.
Our food waste prevention system uses technology to help restaurant owner who wants to turn food waste into energy by collecting and recycling unused food instead of throwing it away into landfills. Since these methods are not sustainable to our ecosystem and has no benefit to us individuals in the short or long term future.
As a part of our customer discovery, we spoke to 6 restaurant owners and developed a prototype that helped them make use of their food waste. It was alarming for us to learn how much our local restaurant threw away. One restaurant mentioned throwing over 600 kilograms per month, which validated our needs to find an eco-friendly prototype solution to save our plant communities while helping restaurant owners making a profit. Our prototype is a sustainable solution because it does not need electricity or any power source to operate. It helps converting food waste to energy and creating a new revenue stream for restaurants.
Here is how our food waste prevention system works. When organic matter such as the food waste is added to the digester tank, an anaerobic fermentation process occurs. The bacteria digested the food in an environment lacking oxygen. This process produces a mixture of gases, including some carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and primarily methane. Since our system contains 2 filters, it can take the methane gas and remove the hydrogen sulfide.
The methane gas is stored and it can be used for cooking. The remaining waste is in the digester. It's converted to fertilizer and can be either put into the gardens if the restaurants have access, or it could be sold to local agricultural workers. And in my background, I have a prototype that the Duhok work on. As we can see here, that the food waste goes into the device and it's converted into biogas methane that can be used for cooking or for fertilizer.
Our device costs about $1,000 by binationally working through the human-centered design thinking process. We have a restaurant in Gabarke that will use our first device.
Our business creates a chance to reduce the cost of energy spent at restaurants. We estimate from the digester that we make each ton 20 cubic meter, and biogas will be produced, and remaining food after consumption will go to the farms as fertilizers.
Imagine who's going to assemble and set up these devices. Students who are studying energy engineering and chemical engineering in cooperation with their colleagues that will be working on it. In terms of market, the restaurants are a driving force into local economies. According to Arizona's Restaurant Association in 2018, there were 10,281 eating and drinking locations in Arizona. That makes our solution with a potential revenue of $30,843,000 just in Arizona. We have started a social media campaign that raises awareness of the food waste issue and to help restaurants around us. We are also partnering with organizations like Arizona Restaurant Association to bring this change to bring the solution to our local communities. We are seeking $2,000 to help scale our business idea. We will use the $2,000 to
You can see that our food waste treatment system is centered on positively impacting the tribal environment, raising awareness of the problem of food waste, mixing food waste, and making clear energy, reducing the energy cost of restaurants, and creating new revenue stream for them through the sale of fertilizer. Join us to be a part of the food waste solution and help us eliminate food insecurity in our communities, so that children like Zoe can make their dream come true.
We are working on such project because we want to reduce the quantity of thrown wasted foods which have negative impacts on the earth in many ways. For example, having inappropriate views, using too much area for landfilling, and burying wasted foods.
Also, leaving this wasted food lead to production of serious flammable and asphyxiant gases, such as methane, ethane, and some others, which may lead to death of people and plants surrounding that area. Cooking with polluting fuel is the major global health issue, and switching to clean fuel, typically methane, can reduce the exposure to risks.